This is the story of how I made 4 times my yearly income on trading cryptocurrencies and how I completely lost it all. I've been trading for about a year and a half, and I think I've picked up a lot of lessons that would help you be a better trader, not make the same mistakes, and maybe you could pick up a few lessons that I've learned that cost me a lot of money in the process. And if you stay till the end of the video, I'm gonna share with you my insights on what is happening in the future and my plan on getting everything back. So the year is 2021 and I first got involved in the crypto space with Decentraland. Someone told me about this metaverse thing, and so I decided to get involved, and I was a bit curious about this weird GameCube graphic world that you can make money supposedly in. I was fascinated not by the technology or by the game or by the looks of it, but how you would make money in it. And so that sent me into Mana, and then that sent me into cryptocurrencies in general. Well, the first coin I got into very quickly off the bat was SafeMoon. Well, SafeMoon ran up for the first time, and I saw my money, my investment 10x basically. I made like $10,000 of it, but I lost it all when it came back down. Well, turns out it ran back up again with a whole bunch of mania. I remember just vividly sitting at work and a whole bunch of my coworkers were all just trying to trade SafeMoon around, and I was like, this is crazy. I've never experienced anything like this. This is mania. We were all SafeMoon crazed. Anyway, that second pump that I made $10,000 off. I was like, this is not real money. This is incredible money to make very, very quickly. I'm not even sure what a SafeMoon is. And frankly, I did not care, okay? And since that time, this was about April or May or so, I started investing and hunting for all these little gems, and I started hitting it big, one right after the other. Baby Shark Tank, Everrise, BNB Pay, Kishu Inu, Shiba Inu, Kaido Inu, Market Move, Sonar. I was making so much money because I was hitting them on the head, one right after the other. And I honestly thought I thought I was a genius. I literally thought, I was like, oh, I know how this whole game is played. Eventually, I started developing my own hypothesis on things. Whenever Elon would make some nonsense tweet, he would tweet something out like Baby Shark Tank, a coin would pop up within the hour. I would invest heavily in that coin. It would like 20x, and then I'd withdraw my money out. So I achieved my first Bitcoin in 4 months, and then that hype carried me up to November, which I have made the most amount of money in my entire ever-loving life. Trading and investing in anything this is like my first real go-around, so I was a complete noob and novice, and I think I'm pretty open about that. But one of the lessons that I learned was buy the dip. So when December came along and the markets dipped, I saw this as a huge investment opportunity. And in December, I invested 4 particular projects that took up a lot of my income. These projects were Time Wonderland, Hector DAO, BNB Pay, and Victoria VR. I'd say that's probably about $50,000. I have no idea, but probably around $50,000 between the 4 projects. And I invested with this buy the dip mentality about mid-January. Well, a few other weeks go by and everything starts crashing, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I should have waited to invest more here. But by late January, I had developed a group around me of mentors, people who are seasoned in business, who know business cycles. One person said something particular. He said that the last 14 years, and especially the last year, the Fed has been pumping money into the system, and it creates all this false sense of success, created this delusion of people by thinking that they were better business people than they thought they were. And that struck a nerve in me because I legitimately thought to myself, I was a genius. But then if I look deep down within myself, I was like, Aaron, you're not a genius. And that's when I started hearing the first chatter of recession. Time to sell. So I did, and this is well documented in a few of my videos in January, but I sold my Bitcoins for $37,000, around that mark. Now, I wasn't too loud about it, but I was public about it. And I heard, oh, Aaron, what happened to Diamond Hands? Oh, Aaron, you're selling your Bitcoin now. It took me some time, and I just remained quiet about it because I didn't know what was happening here. One side of me was believing still that, oh, okay, it's still a good time to invest. It's a buy the dip moment. And the other side of me is saying, okay, I need to listen to some other people who have been through business cycles because they know they're selling all their land, they're talking all this stuff about Fed. I don't know what's happening, so I better listen to them. I better sell as well. So what my portfolio ended up looking like was about $50,000 between BNB Pay, because buying into a launch pad, Time Wonderland, Hector DAO, and Victoria VR. $50,000 was like locked up in that, and that went to nothing. And when I said I lost it all, I really did mean I lost it all. The launch pad sucked, the metaverse plays was terrible, and the reserve currencies that were planning on giving me 200,000% return,
That just was abysmal. That didn't pan out for me at all. I lost 90 to 95%.
And the bulk rest of my money was held in stablecoin after all the Bitcoin that I sold. And really, I liquidated a whole bunch of other stuff. To me, I was playing in two opposite worlds. I was being super conservative and selling everything out, and super risky and degenerate with all this other stuff that I've got going on. And I wanted to see how this played out. So if we're looking at the timeline of events here, in May I started investing. I started making a ton of money. And then when that first dip came around, right, I invested heavily into those 4 projects. This was probably December. And then January came around and I sold all my Bitcoin. Okay. And then now you all know where we are now. We're down there. This is where we are right here. Okay. Now between January of 2022 and today, I've been obsessed with one thing. Why has the market taken all my money? Okay. What the heck happened? How did I not see this? What is going on behind the scenes? And this is where I learned about the Fed. And this is where I learned about fractional reserve banking. And this is where I learned about all the geopolitical, economic forces that are at work in the world that really affect our bags, especially in the crypto market. Should I have learned this already before I went into crypto? Yes, but I didn't, okay? I was just investing for the money. And so what I've discovered is that in May to November, this whole area, I was investing because I was making a lot of money, and I did. But because of January, I learned something else. I'm investing crypto now because of the fundamentals. If that was my mindset in 2021, in 2022, I've changed my mindset. My mindset now is investing in crypto for its fundamentals. Fundamentally, I believe in decentralization. Fundamentally, I believe in less government overreach. I believe in self-custody. I believe in putting my big boy pants on and keeping track of my own stuff and not depending on the government, not depending on big banks, big tech. I've lost faith. I've lost trust. I've lost all of that stuff with them. And so I now depend on me. So I'm learning more of the importance of Bitcoin. I'm learning more of the importance of governance. I'm learning more of the importance of voting. 2022 has changed me. It's really pulled the scales off of my eyes, and I'm seeing these actors like Jerome Powell, SBF, Gary Gensler, all these guys, and I'm seeing how they're all operating, how they're working, and it's a constant journey that I'm going through. And you could definitely see this in the content I've been producing, right? In 2021, I was making videos about Keisha Inu. In 2022, I'm making videos about Jerome Powell. Who knows what I'm gonna be making videos about in 2023? Here's how I see everything moving forward and my plan. Ooh, you see that? My plan on getting everything back. My plan as it stands right now is to stay in stablecoin until at least after the elections. After the elections, November, December, I want to see where the market goes. I personally believe that the market has further way to go down. I think there's more bottom to be had. I think we could see a $15,000 Bitcoin. I would be comfortable investing in again Bitcoin at $16,000, $17,000. And if it takes a downturn to 10K, I'm okay with losing another 33% because I believe in Bitcoin that much. I do plan on getting in some degen plays, something like Gala Games, where I believe that there's some games that are popping up at the end of this year. If and when I do buy in 2022 or 2023, I intend to hodl through a winter all the way up until the elections November of 2024, because I believe that 2024 will be a big year. I think that year will bring in a lot of Fed pivot, new regulation, Bitcoin halving, new government oversight. I don't think Bitcoin will trade above 25,000 unless one of those 4 things happen. But who knows, all right? I don't know anything. We've already established that. This is not financial advice. I'm not an advisor in any way. But if you appreciate my journey, give me a like on this video. And if you want to continue along with me and a whole bunch of other cowboys in the wild west of cryptocurrency, hit the subscribe button down below. Join the saloon in the description down below, and we'll see you in the next video.